Hello everybody, I'm Dave. Welcome back to Sailing Madness. Now, as you can see, I'm back on the boat, and as you can probably hear, the weather here in Scotland isn't the best. It's blowing a hoolie out there in the marina, and it's also chucking it down as well. So, no sailing in this episode. Instead, it's time for some winter boat projects. Now, I've been here a couple of days and I've already been a busy boy, giving the engine a full service, so I've changed the oil and the oil filters. I've also changed both of the fuel filters as well, so the engine is now ready for 2025. Now, as well as servicing the engine, I've also changed out the sea strainer. The old filter that was here probably was on the boat since the day it was built. The filter inside has started to fall to bits, so it's time to go. And at the same time of changing the sea strainer, I've also replaced all the hoses as well. Now, I didn't record any of that yesterday because, quite frankly, there's already so many videos on YouTube of people servicing their engines on their boats, and I didn't need to put another video on YouTube on exactly the same subject. But what I thought I'd do today is get the cameras out, because I'm doing a little electronic upgrade that I think may be of interest to you, especially you if you already have a RAYMARINE system on your boat. Now, if you're a regular subscriber to the channel, if you've seen some of my earlier episodes, you'll know about 12 months ago I had a very big and expensive RAYMARINE upgrade fitted to the boat. I employed a RAYMARINE engineer to install radar, a brand new chart plotter here and a new one at the binnacle at the helm, also AIS, a new autopilot and a new STNG backbone that basically is a data and power cable that runs from the bow all the way back to the stern. And basically all the RAYMARINE instruments and displays feed off that STNG network, and basically that STNG network is a data cable and a power cable, and it enables all the systems on the boat to talk to each other. Now, the upgrade I'm doing today, in all honesty, probably should have been included in the upgrade that I had done 12 months ago, but for some reason it was never offered to me. Now, I love my RAYMARINE system, but it has one little flaw that I didn't realise I could solve quite easily, and that is the alarm system on it. Now, as you can imagine, you can set alarms for all sorts of things, for shallow water, for AIS targets, for radar targets, for reaching a waypoint, and the beeping that it gives off is fine for when you are out and about and you're sailing and everyone's awake and everyone's doing their job. You will hear it. But what about at night when you're fast asleep and your anchor starts dragging? That quiet beep is never going to wake me up. Now, RAYMARINE do offer a solution for this, and it's called an external buzzer. Now, I don't know why this was never offered when I had the initial install done, and I don't know why RAYMARINE don't just fit this as standard, because quite frankly, for an extra 170 quid, in the grand scheme of things, from what I spent when I had the whole upgrade fitted, £170 wasn't going to break the bank. And the whole idea of this is this gives a much louder alarm. And I'm going to show you today how easy it is to fit. If you've already got a RAYMARINE system on your boat and you've got the STNG network, it is so easy to add this buzzer to your existing system. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. Right, here we are then behind the settee on the starboard side of the boat, and this is where the buzzer is going to be fitted. Now, you do need a couple of extra wires to go with the buzzer. You need a backbone extender, you need another backbone cable, and you need a device cable as well. And these are very, very easy to distinguish, very easy to do, because if I can just show you in here, this basically is where it's going to plug in. Now, as you can see, we've got blue and we've got white cable ends, and we've got a yellow one there. Now, I believe the yellow one is power, but basically the backbone that runs from the bow all the way to the back of the boat is this blue cable here. And then anything with a white end, like this these two cables here and these two on the inside over there, these basically run to all the devices, and that's how everything gets linked together. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an extension here by connecting this cable into the blue T-piece, and then we're going to use this blue cable, this link cable, to run from the other side of the T-piece back into the system, and then the device itself is then going to plug into the white bit. And then that's as simple as that. That's all you need to do. So let's get it wired up and let's give it a little test. Okay, that's it, simple as that. Now it obviously needs fitting in properly and installing in place, but now it's all wired in. Let's set an alarm off and see what the difference is. My God, there is not a chance anybody would sleep through that. Whew. All right, let's turn it off. Okay, right, okay, as you can see, as you've just heard, I don't know why that's not fitted as standard. When you have a RAYMARINE upgrade fitted on your boat, insist on an external buzzer, because that's the sort of noise you need to wake you up in the middle of the night when your anchor is slipping. Now all I need to do is just find somewhere to, as I was saying, now all I need to do is find somewhere to secure it all in and make sure it's all nice and neat and tidy. Right, okay, so I've now installed it underneath the bench seat, and with the cushions and everything back down, everybody's chilling out. It's the middle of the night. Let's see how loud it is when it's kind of muffled from the settee. Will this wake us up in the middle of the night when our anchor drags? Let's wait for it to go off and let's see what happens. There's not a chance anybody on the boat will sleep through that. In the forward cabin, in the aft cabin, everyone is going to be awake. Get up. Right, one of the jobs I always like to do in the winter is to polish the fuel in the tank. Now I haven't timed this quite right because the tank is absolutely full of fuel. So there's 150 litres of fuel down there in the tank. This pumps at 340 litres an hour, so give or take 30 minutes and the whole fuel system would have been pumped through and filtered through this Raycore filter here. So this is the suction hose, that's now at the bottom of the tank. This is the outlet hose, that's putting the fuel back into the tank through the filler neck. So I'm going to turn it on and let's see what muck and let's see what gunk and water comes out into that bowl. As you can see, that bowl is nice and clean right now, but when I turn it on we'll see what condition it is after a couple of minutes. Right, so the polish has been running now for about 40 minutes. I've had a cup of tea, so let's turn it off and let's see what's inside the bowl. Just let it settle for a second or two. Right, I'm not sure if you can see this, but down here, that's all black. So that's water, and as you can see, because it's black, that probably means there's diesel bug in it. Well, in fact, there is diesel bug in it. This is all very cloudy, but there's lots of air bubbles in there at the moment, but that will clear. But what I'm going to do now is undo the top, and we'll see how dirty the filter is. Not too bad actually, quite pleased with that. Yeah, it's nice and clean. I've seen it worse than that. So I think probably the worst of what was in the bottom of my tank is now in the bottom of the filter bowl there. The tank on this boat, the fuel tank on this boat, it's a bit like a swimming pool. It's got a shallow end and a deep end. So any water and muck and heavy stuff is going to be accumulating at the deep end, and that's where I put the probe, right down in the bottom of that deep end. So that's why it sucked out all this from the bottom of the tank. But all that could have ended up in my fuel filters. That could have blocked the engine, and that could have caused a problem. And that just about does it for today. Thanks for sticking with us until the end. Remember, if you've enjoyed this episode, hit the like button, and if you've not done so already, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, put them in the box below. We really do enjoy reading all your feedback to our videos. The more likes, subscriptions and comments this episode receives, the more likely YouTube is to recommend us to people who may not have found us yet. So you can really help the channel grow by hitting the thumb, subscription and comment buttons. Finally, if you'd like to support us financially, why not become a patron? For a small monthly fee of just £6 a month, you can support the making of future videos. We're not asking you to fund our lifestyle, unlike some sailing channels. We're just asking for a contribution towards the cost of producing these videos. All patrons get early, ad-free access to all episodes, exclusive behind-the-scenes video content, and membership to a private WhatsApp group where you can keep in contact with us. To find out more about becoming a patron, please click the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.